Hi everyone, Tina Young here. I am sitting in my son's room. Yes, he has a big American flag across one of the walls. Today he graduated from boot camp 4 years ago, and he also graduated from high school on the same day. He was class of 2021. He left in the middle of his senior year and decided to join the Marine Corps. For those of you that are class of 2021, you understand the dynamics of all of that. But the reason I'm doing this video is because I want to have a place where you guys can have some discussion about what's going on right now in our country. I'm very concerned. I don't know if you guys are. I'm sure you are. And I'm going to offer extra credit for anybody who wants to participate. But it's more than just about extra credit. It's about being able to have a platform to discuss different things. There's all kinds of variables of different news outlets and what we're hearing. And depending on who you listen to, depending on which politician, it seems very extreme and one-sided, but yet this is a very complex, there's many issues that are complex in what's going on right now in Los Angeles, and hopefully not across the country, but possibly across the country. Number one, I think all of us, we don't want child molesters, child traffickers, murderers in our country who are not American citizens. We want them gone. But we also want people who have been in our country. For example, I have had a lot of students and even coworkers who they came here as children, as babies and toddlers, and they grew up here. And heaven forbid one of them end up at the wrong place at the wrong time and get swooped up with these deportations, because what would happen to them? It would be horrific. I think we all would agree that's DACA. So there's two issues there to the immigration, and actually more than two issues. But I think that's where the protests have started, right? We don't want DACA. We don't want people who've been here generations that are working hard. We want a pathway of citizenship for them. At least I think the moderate thinking American does. Protests. So people are allowed to protest. It's their First Amendment. Depending on who you listen to, they say, oh, they're peaceful. Yet you turn on some different channels, watch some different videos on Instagram or wherever, YouTube, and you see people throwing concrete blocks at CHP and trying to set wildfires. I heard about that today. And so there's peaceful protests that people don't want the deportations to be taking to be extreme. So there's that complex issue. Plus there's the rioting that's taking place. Then there's the issue of Trump sending in initially 2,000 National Guard without Gavin Newsom's approval. Okay, but if you hear the other side of that, Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass, the LA mayor, it is reported that they told LAPD to stand down for 2 hours while ICE agents were being attacked and while the federal buildings were being attacked. Now, I don't know what part of that is, accurate. Maybe it is accurate, but Trump acted swiftly and got National Guard here. Now, the National Guard, they're supposed to be protecting the federal buildings. I did see a video of one of them tackle a guy that was trying to start a car fire. I personally don't have a problem with that. You can't start a car fire, and possibly that could spread to the building. So then we have the Marines. 700 of them, infantry Marines from 29 Palms, have just arrived in LA, staging. I have a huge problem with that. And the reason why is, well, one, my son is a Marine, but he's in aviation, as you see from my shirt. He's air wing, and he's on the other side of the world, out in the middle of an ocean. He's on deployment, and he flies, he's a crew chief for the Osprey, but he flies infantry Marines around places. He's not a pilot, he's a crew chief, so he's in charge of the back half of the Osprey. But he's around infantry Marines. I know some infantry Marines. These are combat warriors. And what is the objective with the Marines? So yes, protect the federal buildings, protect the National Guard. Now we have 4,000 National Guard. But here's my big concern. What if something happens and a Marine, or even National Guard, but I'm thinking about the Marines right now, what if one of them kills somebody? And will they be criminally prosecuted? I think they would. So see all these complex situations that we have going on? There's so many complexities to it. It's not simple. It's very complex. It's getting rid of the criminal people who came into our country, but yet having a pathway of citizenship for people who've been here for DACA. It's protecting our law enforcement, not allowing them to be attacked, but also allowing peaceful protesting. It's not turning our military against our citizens, but also protecting our federal buildings and employees. So there's so many complex issues to all of it. And I'd like for you to weigh in if you'd like to. And extra credit, so the max extra credit for this class is 15 points. And I'm just going to look at how much you participate. No requirement to, but I wanted you to also have a platform where you could, and you could talk about your opinion. I am praying for our law enforcement. I support our law enforcement. I support our military, and I also support DACA students. I do believe DACA people, and I do believe they should have a pathway to American citizenship. That's my opinion. You might disagree with me, and that's fine. And so I want you to weigh in. It's very complex. I am praying we don't end up with another summer of 2020. My husband worked in law enforcement then. My son was not gone yet. And he wanted to go to the San Diego downtown protesting. I didn't let him. I'm like, nothing good's going to come out of that. I didn't let him. And anyway, this is a long video, so I need to cut this off. But weigh in if you'd like to. And we'll just keep this going until the class ends, and just so you have a place where you can discuss and share some things. I'll try to set it up where you can share a video or share things, any links or whatever, so we can have some, various information and discussion. Okay. Have a great day. Chat with you soon. Bye.